Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Okay. Just checking to make sure, of course, that we have sound. And it appears that we do. Yay. Hi. Thanks for joining. I'm Diane from Boho Stamper, and I have a couple minutes here until 10 o'clock, so I thought I would quickly do my little sales pitches and let you know what all is going on new and exciting in the world of Stampin' Up. So in January, the new mini catalog will come out, and it has some wonderful, wonderful new stamp sets. You guys are going to love it. If you're going to need a catalog and you haven't shopped with me in the past, let me know and I will get catalogs to you. If you have shopped with me, you have a catalog already coming. You're on my mailing list. And also beginning in January will be the new celebration. So for every $50 of product that you purchase, you can earn free items out of the celebration catalog. And I still have not had time to play, excuse me, too much with my new stuff, and I actually was able to just get my pre-order in. So once my pre-order arrives, I did get a Valentine set, but it's not strictly Valentine, and I was kind of excited to see. I always have trouble with wedding and anniversary cards. I don't seem to have, out of all the stamp sets that I have, I don't seem to have sentiments or greetings that I always need for a wedding or an anniversary, or it's very hard for me to find one. So in the new catalog, there's a great set coming out that is, I forget the name of it already, but you can use it for Valentine's Day, weddings, anniversaries, just love greetings. So that's one of the ones that I have coming. So as soon as I get those in, I think that'll probably be the first one we play with. So before we get started on today's card, I want to, whoop, wrong one. There, get me out of there. I was going to put my shopping code up here, but I've been cleaning up my desk and I can't find it. So if you go to bohostamper.com, the shopping code will be there, and that changes the 24th or thereabouts each month. I don't know, this month I might do it on the 23rd because I don't think Christmas Eve I'm going to be worrying about changing a shopping code. So I want to just take one quick second and thank the Mercer County Women's Association for having me last week. They had invited me to come and teach a card making class. So we made Christmas cards, and these are women who do fundraising and distribute funds to community services and really work very hard to try to make a difference. So I do appreciate the fact that they let me come and work with them a little bit. We got to craft. I have glue all over everything. So yeah, they make a huge difference in our valley, and anyone can join. So if you're interested in helping make a difference in the Mercer County area, you can go to Facebook. Put it up here. Mercer County Women's Association. Is that close enough? Can we see that? And look for information on how you can join. So these were, I'll show you quickly, these were the 4 cards that we had made. A few variations. I had to change the background paper on this one because I didn't have enough for everybody. So ahead of time I had changed that out. And we did a little snowman card from Snow Wonder, which is one of the sets that I'm going to use today, I think. We did the poinsettia, and we did snowflakes. And we're going to use some of these leftover snowflakes today, because I had made a couple hundred of those, so everyone had variety. So I have a few of those left over. Last night was our mystery card and bingo with my upline from Stampin' Up. And this was the card. This is how my card turned out. You know, everyone's card comes out a little different because you don't know exactly ahead of time what you're going to do. You get the dimensions and you get your paper all cut. And then when we all get together, we put our cards together. And so this was mine. I thought that this was really a cute card that could be adapted to, well, actually any designs we make can be adapted to any occasion. So we're going to use this today. Also, I didn't find a 15-minute card that I liked. I didn't find one that I liked that we could do in 15 minutes. How's that? They were just going to be a little bit involved. So here are the dimensions for this card. And so your card base, we're actually going to cut 3 pieces from the same color. Oh, I just put my dimensions aside. That was kind of silly. From the same color. So we're going to use a half a sheet of cardstock, but we're going to cut that lengthwise rather than horizontally like we usually do. So we'll have an 8 3/4 inch piece by 4 1/4. So your 4 1/4 is a half a sheet of cardstock. Excuse me, take a swig now and see if I can keep my voice. So then that remaining piece that's left over, we'll be able to cut those other 2 small sections out of. Then we need a piece of basic white or very vanilla. If your designer series paper tends to be off-white, you might want to use vanilla. And we'll need 1 piece there for the insert, and then 1 small piece to stamp on the outside, and 1 piece of designer series paper or pattern paper. And this is how we let our paper do the work for us. Okay, so if you're ready, we'll go to, I don't know what I'm clicking on. There we go. All right. So I'm going to start the first one because I still have a ton of scraps on my desk that I'm using up. And so I'm using a piece of Night of Navy. And this actually already was cut at 4 1/4, I believe. Yep. Because I had this, I had used half of it on a card prior. So I'm going to take my 4 1/4 by 11. This is still at 11 inches. Turn it sideways. And I'm going to cut this end off because it had a little bent corner. So I'm going to cut this at 8 3/4. 8 3/4. And this is the piece we want to hold on to for a minute. And I got to double check because I think we folded it at 5 1/2. Oh, is it this way? Yes, okay. So that'll be right. Okay, now out of this scrap paper, we need, this is already at 2 1/4. So we need a 3-inch piece. And we need a 1 1/4 inch piece. 1 1/4. And there you go. Those are the 3 pieces that we need. We need our basic white. Let's see what I have up here in my little scrap tray. Isn't this cute? I think it's supposed to be a little cracker dish. But I just was putting all my little white pieces left in there when I got back from my card making session with the ladies. So I have, let's see if this one will be big enough. 2 inches. Well, this is just handy dandy. 2 3/4 by 2. And then I'll need a 5 1/4 by 4. Oh, no, obviously, Dee, just think about what you said there. 4 by 5 1/4. This is a normal size insert. 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Oh, I didn't cut my designer series paper. Oh, I think I already had one. That's why. 3 by 4. Well, let's score this first so that if you have a directional pattern, we can make sure that we get that scored in the right direction. So you're going to take your 8 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece of cardstock and lay the long edge across the top of your cutting and scoring tool. And we're going to score this at 5 1/2. Okay. And there's the front of our card. So now our designer series paper, if you're using a directional paper, you want your 3 inches to go across the top, and your 4 inches will be the length. So for me, mine is a directional pattern on this. I want my top to be 3 inches across. This is one of the old Brightly Gleaming patterns, and 4 inches lengthwise. This was one of those designer series papers that I loved, and so, you know, of course, I had to get 400 pounds. Oh my goodness, I had an ornament stuck on the back of that I was going to use, and I just cut it. Anyway, so I had ordered a lot of this paper and am continuing to use it up. So let's give our front a little bit of a burnish. Yeah, this was a fun card, and I had a good time making this one, and I thought that it just came out so cute. And this is vanilla. Yep. And so all those pieces that I just cut out of Whisper White, I need to do out of Very Vanilla. Sorry, Basic White. All my vanilla scraps. And let me do this real quick. Four by 5 1/4 for the inside. 2 3/4 by 2. 3/4. Okay. Oh, good. I love it when I use up scraps. Just put that white piece aside because I'll do another card after. I actually pulled out another Christmas pattern, and I pulled out just some random designer paper that I had left in my my crate over there that I keep my papers in. That looks better than white. Okay, so this will be our inside. This little teeny tiny piece, I kept that out for one more minute. We're going to score at 1/2 of an inch. Just score. Oh, got a little glue on that one too. I have glue everywhere. I also still have the gold metallic flakes everywhere from the last time we made. We were doing the the gold flakes, the gilded flakes. I still have gold flying everywhere. So you can fold in your little blue piece at the score line. This is going to go onto the back of our insert right here. We will line this up in the center of our card and then decorate it however we like. So before we start putting things together, you'll need to have it's better. You'll need to have your stamp set. Your greeting, or your inside message, I should say, is only going to be on the left-hand side of this paper. So you're going to want something on the inside that will hide behind this flap, because we don't want to stamp where you can either that or you have to stamp right behind this rectangle. And I have a feeling this one that I wanted to use might be too big. Oh no, it's going to make it. Great. There's that. And now that I cut my gold ornament, let me see if I can find another one here. I guess it's coppery anyway. I pulled out all these papers so that we could use other see, there's silver. As I just rummage through all this stuff on my desk, good Lord. I'm just determined to use these scraps up though. Oh, is that, no, I got red. And I'm not going to cut another one, so if I don't find one, there's silver again. And I find it very hard to believe that there isn't one here. Let's just see. Ooh, we have stars. That might be pretty. Maybe I'll just add some stars. Yeah. There's stars on, I think these die cut stars are from the same set. This was Peace and Joy. Is that the name of it? These were left over from some kits that no one used, which is why I was trying to use them up. And that brightly gleaming paper is just, here's a couple more pieces out of that. That was just so cool. I have these two. That might be pretty to add a little texture behind that, huh? Okay, we have a plan. That's always a good thing. So I'm going to use some Night of Navy ink. On the front, I'm just going to use Happy Christmas. A little snowman back in there. He's trying to get out here. I don't want a snowman on this card. He'll have to wait his turn. You and I got all my stamp sets and everything put away after Monday's class. I did not get my blocks all washed. They all need a good soak. They are. And you know, this is kind of, I don't want to use that. That's too big. I can't find my one smaller block. Let's see. That'll do. All right. So let's get this puppy put together. I always test out my ink and make sure that I have a good impression. And I'm still not going to glue this together because well, it's a little off center. Try one more. Try to get it in the middle and straight at the same time. Much better. Extra stamp sets to use. And then we can do the inside. Remembering to keep it to the left. Oh, and that's pretty uphill. My goodness. Come on, Dee. What are you doing? You know how to do this. Much better again. I guess I'm just having a crooked first go at everything, huh? Alright. Then I'm going to close my ink up so I don't stick my hand in there. Sure I have ink on my hands. Now I'm going to glue my Happy Christmas to the center of my small blue rectangle. Oh, sure I am. I just had Stampin' Seal. There we go. Yay. Then I think I'm going to trim this piece. You don't have to add anything on this side if you don't want to. This is purely just your chance to do your decorating. So however you want your card to look. So this was 4 inches. So let me do 3 3/4 of an inch. Do it. And then before I glue this together, and this is sticking because this was left from last week when I was playing with my gold foil and I had done a tree and used the Tombow glue to let it dry, and I was going to add gold leaf over it, but I didn't like how that tree came out. So I set it aside because I knew I liked the paper. I was going to use the paper again, and now everything's sticking to the back of it. So we have to use this paper and get it off my desk before I really glue something that I don't mean to glue. So let's get that on the front. Lovely. Where'd my little greeting go? Because I'm going to emboss that before I add it to my card. And by embossing it, I'm going to use one of our embossing folders. I don't know which one yet. I better step very carefully here. Oh, how about, oh, you know what? That copper is embossed with the tufted. I wonder if I should just use the same one on the front. That might be pretty. If we can find it. Oh, come on. Tufted. And so this is going to go up and down that way. Well, that might be all right. Yeah, okay. Listen to me. Might be. Better be. Because once it's done, it's done. It's not going to come unembossed. I didn't realize one of my plates for my mini cut and emboss bit the dust. Has a big crack across it, so I didn't realize it when I put my pre-order in. Oh, wrong one. I should have ordered new plates. So we're using the Big Boss right now. And where did I just set my regular plate? Ooh, that didn't sound good. I don't know what's in there. Might have to get a new Christmas present for myself with the sounds of things. Yeah, that'll look good. All right. Good, good, good. Now we can put everything together. And I am going to use some tear tape. As Anne explained last night when we were doing this, all these little bits. Because we're going to add some dimension to the back of this, sometimes it's nicer just to use tear tape on the back of this when we go to put everything together, because it will just give everything here an even base and look like it's one sheet of paper underneath. So let's get a small piece of tape. I'm putting that on the small section on the inside. And then I'm going to add that to the center of my card. If you want yours in the center, maybe you don't want it in the middle. And I'm actually going to put this on my grid mat and measure it more. And I don't want to move that over for you too far, because it will make the camera go blurry. So oh, it doesn't look like it's the center, but I guess it is. Okay, let's cover that back up. I didn't look. Did it make it blurry? I hope not. And then we can add a strip of tape down the edge of our paper. And that will just help it be a little bit more seamless against our card base. We can just use tape adhesive for the rest of it. And we'll center this. Get all those bits out of the way. Let's get that centered. That was close. You see that? That came right to the edge. Okay. So now we can decorate a little bit. Let's put this here. And that was like my original one last night. After I had it all together, I just felt like it was missing something. Oh, there it is. And Anne suggested if we wanted to maybe tie ribbon over here on this little hinge, and as soon as I added the ribbon, that's exactly, it made it just perfect. I was very happy with that. So if you feel that this is too blank or too empty looking, you can add a piece of alternate, let's see. So maybe I wanted to put a piece of this complimentary designer. Oh, that's even pretty too. Look at that. And then this will go on top. So I could cut my rectangle out of that. I might do that. Oh no. Oh. Okay, so see how quickly a plan changes? Yeah. So this is 1.5, me a 2-inch strip of this. Oh yeah. Oh yes. And then we can still add our stars. And this piece of designer series paper has little copper stars on it, so it just kind of all was made to go together perfect. I am going to use a little liquid glue on the back of this metallic paper because it's embossed. So it's got some up and down ridges in there, and it just seems to adhere a little bit better when we use liquid glue rather than tape runner. That on there. Yay. Yay. Look how this is turning out. I like it. Now we can add either, you know, this has some texture too because I embossed it. I think I'll just put a little piece of tear tape on my flap. Sure, I have those little overhanging pieces back up there so that they don't stick to the copper foil underneath. Line this up on the center of my card. Give a little press. And now I can add some stars. This is going to be great. Yes, it is. And it's even better because I'm getting rid of a few pieces of scraps off my desk. Yay! Remember that your Tombow glue is very sticky. So you don't want too much hanging out over the edges there. Try to be sort of conservative with your glue. Put one up there. I wasn't sure if it was going to fit all on that little flap or not. I was going to leave a couple of the points without glue so that if it hung over, didn't stick to the piece behind it. My third one, maybe down here. Yeah, I think I want to make a few of these cards. There was some, oops, missed a little piece there. I did get some Whimsy and Wonder designer series paper that I haven't even used yet, and the colors in that paper are magnificent. I love them. And there's one card out of scraps with a little flip panel. Yay! Whoops, come back. I think anybody'd be happy to get that for a Christmas card. And I do like how the tufted embossed front matches the tufted embossed copper panel. And the reason that I embossed these two together was because if I would have embossed them separate, it would have been very hard to try to match those lines up on the Night of Navy and the Very Vanilla. So once they were adhered together, it was easy enough to run it through the embossing. Yeah, all right, one of those done. So for fun, I pulled out this pack of paper, and it's Timeless Elegance. No, I lied. That's another one. It was stuck to the back. This one is Petal Promenade. Petal Promenade, I would imagine. And I thought we'll do the same thing just to show that we can use this method for other types of cards, not necessarily Christmas cards. And I just reached in and found a flowery paper and pulled it out. I did look for something with pink because that Whimsy and Wonder paper coordinates with Petal Pink. So if I have time, I'm going to do one of those cards as well. This looks a little narrow. I don't think this is a full half sheet. No. So we need, again, one sheet of cardstock cut at 4 1/4. And I thought too, I can always use this for Valentine's Day, so I don't have to make it, or depending on what's in that stamp set, maybe I could solve some of my own issues and make a wedding card here. Oh, anniversary. Happy anniversary. Be my Valentine. This was last year's. Here's to another year of happily ever after and happy anniversary. That'll work, won't it? And a doily would be pretty. Okay, so we needed to cut this at 8 3/4. 8 3/4. And now we have 2 1/4 inches here, so we need a 1 1/4 inch piece. Was it 1 1/4? Yep. And then that'll leave us with a 3-inch piece and no scrap off of there, no waste. Here is, oh, nope. Where my other extra little pieces go that I had. Well, let me get my designer series paper. And we can score this first here at 5 1/2. So I can get that out of the way. This is such an easy card to do. This one is, it's a little directional. Oh no, not too bad, I guess. So let's do 3 inches here. And 4 inches. Okay, there's the front of my card. Where did I put that package? So again, letting the paper do the work for me. And this That was Blushing Bride, right? But what's with this? Blushing Bride, yep. So that'll be on my front. I'll grab a doily. And if I can find 2 pieces of white that I had saved. Oh, I forgot to score my 1/2 inch on here. And look at that, the cards are practically made. All we have now is a matter of decorating. Will it fit? Will it fit? It will just fit. Yay. The gods are with me today. My stars must all be aligned just right. So I have Blushing Bride ink. And where's my scrap paper? Because I know one of these is a new stamp. I actually still have my old stamp pad. Look, this has little hearts on it too. I'm gonna put a couple little hearts on the inside. But let me see where my doilies go. This is sort of a mixture of different doilies from various. Oh, that's pretty with the shimmer. Oh, that might be pretty there, huh? And this was just. Oh, those look more like a very vanilla than a white. Although, I suppose I could turn it over on the other side. Duh. I think I like the little shimmery one better. Just a thought, just a thought. This one too. I don't even know what color these all are in here anymore. Did it tell me? No. You know? I'm going to hold those both out until I get my greetings stamped and see which color I like the best. We have some new doily colors coming out with the new mini catalog. We had, is it cinnamon cider? Let's see, I think this might be the bad one. Yeah, that's pretty light. I can tell by the impressions left in there from the snowflakes getting stamped the other night. I'll have to re-ink that one after I get the paper off of it. What was in there? Cinnamon cider, misty moon. Actually, that's my thank you gift when you order. That's better. $50 or more from me during the month of December. You'll get a package of the new doilies. And if you order $100 or more, You'll get a package of the doilies and a package of blender pens, which we have used on several projects in the past. Oh, you know what? If I use that pearly one, though, I could use some of that pearly white ribbon and tie a bow around it. The same ribbon that I used on my card last night. Okay, now again, remembering that we're going to keep our message to the top left part of our insert. So that might have just decided my doily dilemma for me. Those little hearts. Those are cute. Yep. Ooh, I only got 2 because I didn't press right, but that's okay. That's fine as long as it didn't smudgy in there. So let's close up the ink. Get some of this put together. All right, let's put the designer series paper on the front. A little piece of tape on the inside panel. I think I can eyeball this one to the middle. Oops. Here's hoping. We'll add a piece on the back again. Oh, am I out? I'm out. Oh, that one's out too. Should have seen me yesterday. Had a special request for some Christmas cards. My son needed about 20 Christmas cards, so he said, if you don't have time, I'll go buy a box of cards. I said, don't even go buy cards. No. So I came up here yesterday to do those for him, and every tape runner I picked up, it's like, well, that one's empty. Oop, that one's jammed. Oh, that's empty. Oh, I need a refill. It didn't matter what I was trying to do. I couldn't get a tape runner to work to save my life. So I'll have to go through today and refill all of my, these are just generic ones that I get, or ad tech, they're not generic, but I just order them off of Amazon when I'm going to have classes or be making a lot of cards and don't want to use all my Stampin' Seal Plus up on them. Lovely. You know what? Maybe I could cut this in half and put it behind there. Maybe I don't even have to cut it in half. That'll work. And then I have some little hearts. Okay, so and we'll just save the shimmery one for another card. I also have this is the one though that I was bad, and I cut this one in half because I needed it. Why did I do that? I think I was cutting an odd shape of paper. I'm going to do it down here on the bottom where I have more hearts, because these kind of sprinkle upwards and I want to have more of the hearts embossed on my front panel, I think. I need my other one for this. This was not one of the 3D embossing folders. Did that work? Yes, it is. I think. Did I get it in there far enough? I don't know if I have my plates lined up right. I think I'm going to run it through one more time. I don't think I had it in there all the way. Sorry, just hit you in the head. Oh. Oh, I hit you again. I'm going to get turned in for abuse. Let me see if I can find. Oh, I had hearts left over. See, this is all your decorating fun now. So you can add whatever you like. If you want to add, maybe you have some pearls or teeny tiny pearls. Ooh, remember those? The silver and clear epoxy drops. Those were fun. And I know I have hearts because I colored them. There we are. With my blends to make them whatever color I want when I need them. I think I'm going to have to go with the hearts because I embossed that now. So we'll leave that there. Glue this on that right panel. Oh, I didn't get to show you that Whimsy and Wonder paper. I'll show you the paper real quick, but I'm going to do that after I finish my video here so I don't go over too far. I'm going to use tape on that. I was going to say I need that, but I don't. Oh, come on. You can do it. It's terrible when I cut my nails. I've been so busy though that I keep breaking them, so trying to keep them nice and neat and have any length is just a joke right now. And next week I'm going to start my cookie baking, so it's not like they're going to get a rest next week either. I think I have some in here already colored with Stampin' Blends. Too. Ah, please. I have no idea what color of blends I used on these because these two are a little darker than that one, but that's nice because being on the pattern paper down here, the darker shows up better. What do you think? That one? Well, let's try it. I can always snip it off if I don't like it. What was this ribbon? This was Snowflake Splendor. Just has a little bit of shimmer to it. A little bit of glitter stuck in the ribbon. Oh, goodness. To be able to breathe again is one thing, but excuse me. bad. In hindsight, I wish I would have stamped in a darker color because embossing it kind of makes the happy anniversary hidden a little bit. But here's my one from last night. Here's our Christmas card from today. And then the anniversary card using the same layout, but completely different papers and patterns. So I hope you like that. A little panel flip card. And so go make a couple Christmas cards with some of those scraps real quick. Or, hey, if you need a birthday card and you have a cute little piece of paper that you want to use, this is the perfect design to use that. It takes very little paper, and you can let your pattern paper do the work for you. Just add a couple little embellishments, rhinestones, faceted gems, a ribbon, whatever you have. We used the copper stars on that one, and those were left from a project a year or two ago. So, and I think I have little copper stars. Actually, I could have added those, but I kind of like the foil cut ones. So you all have a wonderful weekend, and stop by next week and we'll do something else. If my pre-order's here, maybe we'll get a Valentine's started. So until then, have a lovely weekend, everyone. Thanks. Bye.